Welcome back to the Nonprofit Playbook. I'm Christi, the CEO.
I'm Dr. Sharon. Ooh, my favorite topic.
I know.
Do you know why this is my favorite topic? Well, one, because it's one of the most important topics, but also because I could listen to Christi talk about this topic all day, every day for multiple reasons. Board members. But specifically today, we're talking about the board member who went ghost.
Okay, so I know why you love when I talk about this one because I have a lot of history behind board members. So we're going to just jump right into it. And mind you, a lot of times people that become board members, they hear the title, I'm a board member, I make decisions, I have power, it's going to go on my resume. They think they get paid, but we don't do that. So with that being said, I want to talk about the board members who went ghost because a lot of times it's happening because there's no systems in place, there's no accountability, and so they don't really know what they're getting themselves into. So besides paying the $2,500 give or get policy, I'm asking you this question just as an example. You're bored. They bring $2,500 in when they first sign up as a board member. So you're onboarding them, pay $2,500. But then you have this board member who says, you know what? I want to be a board member, but I don't really want to be in no meetings. I just kind of want to have my name on there for face value, but I'm writing a $50,000 check. What you doing?
You know what? So I have two feelings about that.
Okay.
Feeling number one is that's better than any of the other board members are probably ever going to do throughout that entire first year of the term. $50,000 check, boom, that's a salary for someone. So I like it. But I also feel like that's not what a board member's supposed to like really do in the long term. You really want them there as like a show up partner.
Exactly.
But I go back and forth, because it's not that it's not okay.
Yeah. It's not okay. So see, and this is why I asked that. It's not that it's not okay. But what comes to mind for me, like I joke all day and be like, oh, if somebody wants to write me a check, then, whatever. But it's still for me goes back to ethics and morals of the organization. Because if that's the case, it's almost like you'll let whatever happen for money.
Exactly.
You'll let whatever happen for the
standard.
check. Exactly. And really, board members are supposed to be there to push and drive the mission, and they believe in it. They have a passion for it, and so they're gonna do the donor cultivation. They're gonna bring in the funds. They're gonna do not do the fundraisers, but figure out what makes most sense for the fundraisers, et cetera, et cetera. So the main reason why, couple of pro tips. The main reason why people go ghost, again, these board members, is because for one, they don't have the proper accountability or the proper systems. For two, they don't know what they're supposed to be doing. So you brought them in as a board member, but what did you delegate them? What committee are they on? What is it that they're supposed to be doing on a day-to-day basis? Because if you're meeting quarterly or even yearly, what do they do throughout the year? Like, what are they supposed to be doing? And then three, it comes back to, am I doing day-to-day operations or I'm doing behind the scenes stuff? Am I supposed to be helping with the programs? What is it? Last thing is, what kind of outcome, not even outcome measures, but are you actually doing, what is it? It's like at the tip of my tongue. Audits, not audits. Let me not say audits. Come on, help me out. When we are doing reports on someone. Evaluations. Hey, this is real life. Evaluations. When we're doing evaluations, are we doing evaluations on our board members so that they know what they're doing great, what they're doing not so great, where they are meeting the needs, they're exceeding expectations? Are we doing that? Do you think a lot of nonprofits are doing that with their boards?
Not at all.
And why do you think they're not doing them?
It's not part of the culture. It's not part of the organization when they do it. I can't remember if it was our recent workshop we did or another one where we were talking about board members, and you and I were talking to the group about make it for board members, make it like a job description, a 90-day probationary period, performance evaluations. Otherwise, you just got another personality to manage.
But you know why? When you say that, it makes me think of something. I think people probably don't do the 90-day probationary period because when you bring a board member on, it's such an extensive process that they probably feel like, well, now I don't have this seat filled. Now I have to go through this process again. However, I'd rather do that than have to deal with
show later.
Yeah, or deal with a seat warmer. And also, I like how these other nonprofits are doing it. I know a couple of them in Orange County, and I'm sure you know a couple of them. They don't even allow you to be on their board until they serve on a committee for 1 year to showcase. It's like dating a possible board member, a potential. And then when you decide that you want them to be your girlfriend or boyfriend, for lack of better words, now they're a board member. I think that that's something that us nonprofits should do more often, which is let's put you on a committee for a year. Let's see really what you can do. And then we'll allow you to be a board member, give you your 2-year term or whatever term you have. And then I think that that would help a board member really understand what they're going to be signing themselves up for. And then whether we want to continue or whether that board member wants to continue.
I love that. I love that even better than the 90-day probationary period, honestly, because then you can actually see them in action with the committee. They don't really have the voting power quite yet. They get to kind of prove to you. I love that.
Yeah. Okay.
So one thing I want to ask you before we go today, though, because this comes up every single time you and I are out talking to people or on discovery calls or whatever. Everyone asks, what it actually should our board of directors be doing? And I always say never the day-to-day operationals, although maybe in the beginning it would be. But can you kind of like define that for people who are like asking you, what should our board be doing?
So our board they oversee the organization. So they are behind the scenes helping with donor cultivation. You're going to hear us saying that word a lot because it's one of the biggest things that should be happening, but is getting the smallest amount of work when it comes to the nonprofits. So that's speaking to these donors, finding these funders, going to these events and networking mixers, Chamber of Commerce that we talked about earlier today, sitting in council meetings and trying to see and let the world know about the mission of the organization, what the organization does, why the organization is meaningful and powerful to our community, and how these individuals, donors, funders, grantors can be stakeholders for the organization. That's really what the board members should be doing. There's essentially bringing the funds, bringing the donors, bringing all the things that they need to drive this organization, the program, the events, the everything. Not going to a mentor program and teaching the children, or going to the homeless shelter and making sure that they have clothes and shelter. That's not a part of what board members should be doing, although we are always open and want them to be a part of that if they choose.
As a volunteer or something, right?
But why not go out and do the big work? And then that is going to allow a salary, money to flow in so that the staff members, the volunteers that we hire, can do the day-to-day work. So in a nutshell, the board members literally are doing high level work. And if you are a person that if you are a person that may not know how to do that high level work at the moment, then I think it's okay to allow you to start as a volunteer, helping out, getting your feet wet, understanding that culture, and then graduating to saying, oh, now I understand it. Now I want to be a board member.
For sure. And if you're a board member and you're coming on and you're not really sure how to ask for money, ask people like Christi and I, and we'll teach you how to ask for money.
1,000.
We'll teach you how to be a board member that does donor cultivation, fundraising, high-level strategic partnerships.
Yeah, exactly. So if you are someone that wants to be a board member, you have, some preconceived notions or myths or whatever you have about being a board member, go ahead and send us a message, send us a comment on this video. Let us know where your pain point is so that we can assist you and allow you to be the best board member you can be. Or if you are a founder, a CEO, and you need to get rid of some board members, we can tell you the proper way to do it without ruffling feathers, but also, being the most professional that you could be. Got that?
Amen.
Okay, so if you did like this video and you want to see more content from us, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a nonprofit leader today. Bye.